Angel.
Thank you. He's giggling. Good morning. Welcome to Renew Rehab with I Care, I Move. This is our programme for people with long-term neurological conditions or long COVID or whatever you need to join us for. So it's a gentle programme with some mobility, some stretches, some neuro work. So thinking about hand-eye coordination and brain stuff as well. So join in with whatever you can and rest out if you need to. There's no pressure. So we'll start with posture, breathing, because it's really important. We could sit and slouch all day, but we might not breathe very well because of that. So we need to really think about, we call it a self-supporting spine. So if you're sitting in the back of your chair, resting all day, then your spine is not supporting you, your core muscles are not helping to support you, and we can help to get you really strong in seated by coming forwards in the chair and thinking about your posture. So lifting up through the belly, through the chest, thinking about opening and sending the shoulders back, shoulder blades back and down. And just taking a long deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And if that prompts a cough, you can cover up your mouth to make the air warm. Or in colder months, cover your face with a scarf can also help. So just some long, slow breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And thinking about sending that breath to the upper, so our lungs take up quite a large area in our chest. And it's really important to get air into the tops of the lungs, down the sides, and into the bottom, the bases of the lungs. So sending that breath and really thinking about breathing down and out. So sending that breath to the outside edges of your ribs and then breathing out again. Consciously, and sometimes it helps to close your eyes, consciously breathing down and out, up and out. And back and out to the back of your ribs as well. And just slowly in your own time, breathing. That breath's so important. When we shallow breathe, we don't get as much quality oxygen as we could to send around our body, to send to your brain. The tips of your fingers and the tips of your toes. So breathe in long and slow. Out, up and down, and then letting it go. And equally as important, breathing all the way out and out a little bit more. And that can feel a bit awkward, it can feel a bit odd, but you take your time to do that. So breathing all the way in and out, letting the belly swell, so the whole front of the body, sides, back, and then all the way out, out, and out a bit more. Getting rid of that stale air. Keep going, just in your own time. If you feel dizzy or lightheaded, come to just a normal breathing pattern, but really important to breathe just long, slow, focused breaths. And then just open your eyes. Make sure your feet are wide, outside of your hips. And let's roll through the shoulders, just gently, slowly. Slowly up toward your ears, all the way back and down. And move your hands if you need to. Hands are kind of sliding along the thighs, back up towards your hips. Making those slow movements, hopefully not crunchy shoulders. Lovely. And then let's just come into a shoulder raise. So hands just down by your side and lifting the shoulders. And you might find one comes up before the other. Try and get some evenness through those shoulder lifts. So lift, lift, lift. A bit of a squeeze there and lower. This time press them down. Press them away from your ears. And then just lift your head from the crown of your head so you feel length, and then crunch up again. And lift and press, almost lifting your head up towards the ceiling. And it kind of makes you hold your breath. Try not to hold your breath. Easier said than done. And just a couple more times. Lift, lift, and press, press. Lift and press. Great. And then roll again. Just some gentle circles. Fabulous. Let's go one shoulder and then the other. One shoulder and then the other. Then we're going to make it bigger. Bring the elbow. So elbow lifts and comes behind you, and then the other. The fingers are relaxed. There's no tension in the fingers. So making a circle with the elbow. Out, back and down. Out, back and down. Take your eye gaze with you now. So making that kind of a whole upper body movement. So you're taking your eye gaze behind you to the corners of the room if you can. You can press down through your feet to make sure that you feel stable and safe, secure. Lovely. Great. Last one each side. Excellent. And then we're going to send the backs of the hands together and just press to me. Press, press. So their palms are facing out. And then you're going to interlace your fingers and bring the hands in. Elbows come towards each other. Oh, I'm really uneven, aren't I? Send the backs of the hands together. Bring them in and up this time. Towards your face. Try and get your elbows together. Okay, palms together now. Elbows. Can you get your elbows together? Oh, I've got a real difference there. I have to really make sure they're even. And then send your hands away a little bit. Press up. Ooh, how does that feel? It's quite uncomfortable, isn't it? It's quite... Chris, well done. You got... Yeah, if you've got dodgy shoulders or if you had issues with your shoulders, this can be quite uncomfortable. Breathe. Lovely. And then rest. Open out those arms. Send the hands back behind you. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and just lift your chin up. So a little bit of shoulder work there. And that's one that can take a bit of work, can take a bit of practice. Okay. Let's come to some mobility. So we're going to slide one hand up towards your hip and the other pushes down towards the knee. Just send the elbow back and eye gaze over the shoulder and just hold it there for a second and come to the front. And then we move the other side. So press and pull back. Come to the front. Press and pull back. To the front. Press, pull back. To the front. Lovely. Press, pull back. Come to the front. Lovely. You're going to just lift your heels now, one heel at a time. Just some gentle mobilization, gentle circulation. So we're just lifting one heel. You can't really see mine and you don't need to see it, it's fine. We're just lifting one heel. And if ever you're feeling chilly or a bit weary and you need to just boost your circulation, just move your heels, add in the arms. So can you bring in the opposite arm like you're going for a walk? So opposite arm to knee. Lovely, it doesn't have to be fast. You all right, Jess? Oh, he's standing up. Lovely, good. So in standing, sometimes this is a bit easier because seated, opposite arms, sometimes some people can't get it. But if you're standing, you're just going for a little walk on the spot. Lovely. Good, relax your shoulders. Send those elbows behind you. So try and keep your elbows bent. And so the hands come up to the ears and then down towards the hips. Good. Lovely. Okay. Hands on the hips. Hands on the shoulders. Oh, you look like you're going to do the time warp there when you go. Put your hands on your hips. You all look like you're going to do the time warp. Shoulders above. So just kind of not directly above, in front of you. Shoulders, hips, shoulders above, shoulders and hips, shoulders above, shoulders. I was going to try and be clever and see if I could do opposite. So one hand up, one hand on your hip. That's it. Both hands on your shoulders. One hand on your hip, one hand up. That's it. That's it. Shoulders. Once you got it, it's fine, isn't it? It's just working out how we get to that point. That's it. Point. Now you look like you're doing Saturday Night Fever. Da, da, da. That's it. Good. Lovely. Fab. Last one. Last one on the other side. Shoulders and down. Good. Roll out those shoulders. So sometimes arms above your head will make your heart work harder. So sometimes you might feel a bit puffed out, but it's good to gently work through those movements to get your heart rates going a little bit faster. Okay, let's come into some more shoulder movement. Jess, you can still do this standing up. So it's protraction, retraction it's called, and I'll show you from the side. So just watch first. Arms are in front and straight. So that's the thing, the key. Just watch first. So I'm going to send my hands away so I get a big stretch into my shoulder blades at the back. I'm going to keep my arms straight and I pull my shoulders back so it's a squeeze. Now it's a bit difficult to kind of explain this to you, and sometimes some people don't get it. So watch from the front. I'm pressing, my hands stay the same distance away from each other. When I pull back, my hands are the same distance apart. So now you can join it. So I'm here, I press forwards, I come back.
I'm just going to move your hair out.
And I pull back.
So you can see your shoulders a bit better. Hang on, I'm in the way now.
Press, a big stretch to the centre, pull back.
And it's almost like you're trying to pinch your shoulder blades together. That's what we're trying to achieve with this. And it's really important for posture. So we tend to neglect the upper back because we can't really figure out where it is because our eyeballs can't see our shoulder blades. Well done.
And
sorry, Pat.
That's right. And if you can't feel it while you're sitting, standing, you could do it on the bed, because then when you're on the bed, you're lying down and you can really feel the shoulder blades squeezing against the bed or the sofa. But it's really good for strength in the shoulders, the shoulder blades, the shoulder girdle. Okay, so let's just come into a roll again. So roll through the shoulders just to release that tension, because it feels really strong, doesn't it? It's quite a strong movement, but it will really strengthen and get that mobility. Okay, hands come behind you and we're going to squeeze the elbows towards each other and release. Keep your hands there. So your hands are like in your back pockets as they were. Squeeze the elbows and release. Squeeze, and I'll show you from the side. And again, this time I'm going to lift my chin slightly. So it's a squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, and release. Lovely. And then slowly bring the hands in front of you. Now I'm going to imagine I've got a big beach ball. Okay, somebody's blown it up, and you've got to get your hands right the way around this beach ball. So you can reach and somebody's blowing it up, so you're rounding your back and you're spreading, you're pulling your arms out to the edges. Okay, they're blowing it up, blowing it up, blowing it up. And what you should feel is a big stretch into the collarbones, to the across the backs of the shoulder blades. Relax, release, breathe. Did you hold your breath? And roll through the shoulders. Just roll, roll. Roll out. Roll out. Lovely. Let's do some leg lift. Now we did this last week. I want you to just come back in the chair. Jess, you might need to sit down for this one. It's just a stretch in the bum. into the glutes, into the IT band. So if you can, we're just going to take hold of the shin and pull that leg in towards your belly. Keep the foot relaxed. Just keep it relaxed. Pull in. Can you pull it in a bit more? Can you send the elbows out a bit? Okay, now we're going to relax the knee into the hands. We're going to press the knee forwards and we're going to pull in with the hands. So it's like a push-pull. And I can't really show you any other way, but I'm going to press the knee, pull with the hands. So you've got tension, some resistance into the knee, into the hands. Relax, let go. Change sides. So holding onto the shin. Breathe. And then pull in. So stretching the back of the leg, the back of the thigh into the bottom, the glutes. Big stretch. Lovely. And then we're going to release. Press the knee, pull with the hands. So it's that little, and you can release and then a press and release and a press. Release, press, last one, release, press and relax. Oh, how are your fingers? We've just done finger work in falls in our Move More, so you might feel that, Jess, if you've been, oh. So let's open. Finger work is so important, and if we were doing this session live with you, squeeze, squeeze, we might have tested your grip strength. I've got a little machine that you squeeze and it gives you a number. Open. Really open those fingers right out and really squeeze in. And then all the way out. Each finger, thumb, out to the extremes and squeeze in. Same with your toes. Now I don't know if you're doing it. So squeeze your toes, open out your toes. Squeeze your toes.
I'm actually doing that.
Open out
Am
your
I
toes.
pulling a face?
She's like thinking. Squeeze.
I feel like my face
Open.
was...
Squeeze. We neglect our feet. We really do. So, relax. Roll your shoulders back. Let's just come to some breathing. So, I want you to sit back in your chair. Put your feet out, forwards. Take your feet wide. Oh, relax your head, your face. We hold a lot of tension in our face, so just make sure you feel safe, steady. Feel your body on the chair. Which points of your body are touching the chair? Starting from the top, so your head's not touching your shoulders, probably the back of your shoulder blades. Feel that warmth, feel the warmth as your body touches the chair. Working across and down until maybe you come to the mid-back area where your body isn't touching the chair. And feel the lightness there where your body is free from the chair. And just working down, almost like in a little S shape, from side to side, and then maybe feeling your lower back, your bottom, on the chair. Maybe the backs of the thighs. I can feel like mid-thigh, the back of my mid-thigh touching the chair. Feel that warmth, that support. And then there's no pressure, no tension, no touching on the backs of my legs until I get to my feet, to my heels. So notice the heels. Notice around the edges of the heels. On the instep, on the inside of the feet. Working around to the joints, around the big toe, and each individual toe. Along the outside edge of the feet. You might want to do one side and then work around the other side. So feeling the instep around the big toe, the second toe, all of the toes around the outside edges of the feet. And then working your way back up the body, where you're resting on the chair, and then feel your arms. So can you feel the backs of the arms on the chair? And maybe your forearms are resting on your body. And you might have the backs of your hands on your thighs, or you might have your hands clasped. Notice your fingers. Are they curled, or are they straight, or are they clasped? Feel any warmth or any contact there with your body. Maybe body skin on skin, or skin on your clothes, skin on the chair. Just notice and feel safe by that contact. And then coming up to the shoulders and the head. Unsupported, but strong and steady. And just tucking the chin back a little bit. And noticing the face. If you've got a frown, can you relax the forehead, the brows? Relax the eyelids and the cheekbones. Those laughter lines, let them go. Relaxing through the jaw and the teeth, the tongue, and around the neck. Just working your vision around the back of the head, and up along and across the scalp, back around into the temples, and just coming back to your breath. So feeling that contact, that security, but that relaxation of the body. And just breathing. And then just moving your toes, moving your fingers. Coming up to a seated position. And we're going to go back to your brain now, and you might have to help me out. So, the first one, give me an OK sign, and then give me a peace sign, and then swap. And then swap. I have to really think about this. And swap. Oh, I was nearly rude then. Oh, I'm not. Yeah, I thought I was. Oh.
Inside voice.
You're
Keep
really
it in,
good.
in your head.
How are you doing? So, okay, peace. Oh, blimey. Okay, peace. Do you have to do one side first and then the other? Podgy, you doing it? Okay, peace. Last one. Oh, I am really rubbish. Right. Then we've got hunter, gun. I think this one's easier, rabbit. With his rabbit ears. Hunter, gun, rabbit. Oh yeah, that's much easier. Hunter, gun, rabbit. Hunter, gun, rabbit. It helps to say. Hmm?
Which one's
That's the hunter, that's the gun.
Oh, so it's not 3, it's 2.
It's 2.
Right, so gun, rabbit.
Gun, rabbit.
Yeah.
Gun, rabbit.
Oh my god.
Gun, rabbit. Gun, rabbit. Gun, rabbit. Couple more. Gun, rabbit. Is it getting easier or not? Oh yeah, Gavin, you got it. I can't see you, Jess, because you're in the dark. Oh yeah, you got it. And then, right, next one. Rub. Rub with one hand, and it's like a fist with the other. I think this one's easier. And then we're going to reverse direction with the rub. But you've got to make a circle, not a side to side, not a square. You all right, Chris? That's it. Swap sides. circle, and it's like a hammer. Da, da, da. Just working on your brain pathways, neural pathways. Other direction. And my fist hand is moving. Okay, we're going to rub with the fist and tap with the open hand. You're right, Chris. Chris is laughing. Other direction. And then other hand. Tap and circle. Just up and down, not around and around. Change direction. That's it. Good. Let's do the tummy one. Rub, pat. Other direction. That's not too bad, is it?
Well, that's like the one we've been taught all our
Yeah.
lives, isn't it?
Other side, yeah. Rub your tummy, pat your head. And then other direction. That one's easy, I reckon, compared to the others. Let's go back to, okay, peace. Peace. Gavin, you're brilliant. I'm really rubbish. I have to really think. Good. Have you given up, Chris and Dick? Your brain's worn out. Okay, peace. Last one. Okay, peace. Fab.
Didn't you have like a V one that you were doing?
A V. Oh, did we?
But you were like...
I don't know. I've written it down somewhere. I'll find it. We'll practice. Right, are we okay? Give me a thumbs up. Oh, have you got it? Do you know? Is Jess showing me what it was? No. Okay. Fab. Let's do some more movement. So I'm going to just sit back in my chair and we're going to lift the leg, tap it down, lift the leg, tap it down. So you've got a bent knee, we're hinging from the hip, lift and lower. So we need to keep our legs strong. You need to be able to stand. So we need to keep these legs strong. And it might be just something as simple as lifting those legs, stretching through the bottom, the backs of the legs. So let's add on. We're going to lift the knee, straighten it, lift it, drop it down. So it's like 1, straighten 2, bend 3, drop down 4. Lift, straighten, lift and drop. Lift, straighten, lift and drop. Good. Keep going if you can. Lift. So you can see that my foot is flexed. We're going to just do a pointed toe now. We're just going to lift and lower with a pointed toe. Lift and lower. So you kind of slide the foot, lift, lower, slide it back in. Slide, lift. And it's easier if you're kind of sitting back, resting back in your chair. If you're sitting up too high, it's quite hard to lift that leg up. Lovely, good. Okay, rest it there, just wiggle jiggle, because we're going to lift that leg out to the corner. So you're pointing out to the diagonal and slide it back in. Lift and point out. And I'm kind of turning my toes, I'm turning my foot out a little bit and pointing. And that means that we're working the inside. So we've got quads, we've got muscles in the thighs, 4 muscles. So this means we're working the insides. And you might feel that along the inside of the thighs. Lift and press. Bring it back in. Lift and press. And you don't need to go very high. I'm just high so that you can see where my leg is coming up to, the position. Okay, and just rest it there. So outsides is a lift and you turn your toes in. Now, if you any of you had hip replacements, stick your hand up. I don't think you have you? So it's kind of turning the foot in and bringing the foot back to north, back to neutral. Lift. That's it. Lift and toe in. Drop it down. Lift, toe points in. Drop it down. Let's do one each side. And other one. Good. Fabulous. Lovely. Okay. Sit back in your chair. So we're going to sit upright now. Well, kind of mid-chair, middle of your chair. So I want you to take your feet forwards, and we're just going to do some work. Tummy time, our pump teacher says. It's tummy time. So, feet are wide in front of you, and that just gives you what we call a long lever, so it's easier to lean back. So, I want you to think about pulling the muscles in the belly in and towards your spine, and you can take your hands forwards if you want, it might help. And we're just going to lean back towards the back of the chair, and at that point where you kind of think you might collapse, then I want you to pull in, pull in, pull in, and sit up. And you might only want to do it a couple of times, but taking your hands forwards can actually help with those longer levers as well. So it's like to that point and pull up and in. And breathe. Try not to hold your breath. So, and we always try and breathe out on the hard bit. So we breathe in on the way down. And out. Lovely. So nice strong shoulders. And to make it harder, you can sit forwards in your chair. To make it easier, you can sit back in your chair. So the further back you go, the harder it is. It's like a big fat sit up. That's it. And try and keep your head. Think about that neck in neutral. Okay, have a little rest, but stay in that position. Because we're going to add on if you want to. So you don't have to. You can have a rest completely. If you want to add on, I'll show you the next one. It's leading with that elbow. The elbow comes back and I'm looking at my elbow. Okay, and then I lift up and reset. Then the other elbow comes back. And what happens if you're going far, you might get little mini earthquakes in your belly because it's quite hard. Again, adjust it. So sit back if it's too hard, or sit forwards if you need a bit more. But really think about pulling the muscles in the belly in and back. And if your feet are further away, it kind of makes it easier, because then you've got the length of your legs to secure you. So pulling back and lifting up, pulling back and lifting up. Good. Let's do one more each side. Pulling back, lifting up. And that's quite strong in your shoulders, isn't it? Breathe, rest, relax. Roll through those shoulders. And I'm just going to bring my feet back so that I'm steady. Nice wide base of support. Lovely. And then just lift those shoulders up to your ears to release. And I like to wiggle jiggle them down, almost as if you're kind of like releasing and sending them down. And then roll them back, elbows back, and relax. Roll them back, elbows back, and relax. Good. I want you to come back into that C spine shape. So you're pulling the belly in, hands come over the knees, drop the chin, relax the head fully. So there's no tension. Oh, and just breathe while you're down here. Just stretching through the length, the breadth of the shoulder blades, because you've just squeezed them and you've stretched out your chest. So we're coming into the opposite stretch to just make sure everything's back into its normal position. Just hold it there. Sometimes it's nice to just wiggle jiggle, maybe move the shoulder forwards and wiggle jiggle there. It just releases anything in the back or the ribs. And then take your time, come up and lift one heel and then the other. So getting that circulation going through your body again. Lovely. Send the feet wide and let's make a big circle with the chest. So, and we're going to make it bigger. So forwards, 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 out to the side, all the way back and to the side, to the front. Then we're going to reverse direction side, side, to the back, and reverse again. Lovely. And one more time. Good. And then hold it there, and we're going to go straight into relaxation. So make yourselves comfy. While I get my little script again. Close your eyes. Get into whatever position you prefer. And just close your eyes, relax through your body. And just focus on that breath. Feel that breath coming in your body and out. And again, just breathing in your own time. Eyes closed can be really beneficial. Feel that breath expanding your ribs forwards, out to the sides and to the back again. Just breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. And then just let's work our way through. So feeling the face again, feeling those muscles in the face, just relaxing the forehead, the eyes, and if you've not closed your eyes, then just look down your nose and find a point that you can just focus on. Just breathe. Just breathe in relaxation, and breathing out any tension. Placing your hands palm down on your lap now. Just exhaling slowly. And sometimes it helps to picture that tension in your body and any thoughts that bother you in your mind. And just thinking about that tension or stress as a colour. Scribble out that colour. Imagining holding a pencil of that colour, scribble it. Scribbling away the stress. And it doesn't matter, it might be lines or wavy patterns or pictures, clouds. And feel that movement in your arms as you are drawing, releasing the stress and tension. And keeping that pencil moving across the page. You might want to change colours or use more than one pencil at a time. Just marking those shapes and lines, feeling the tension coming away from your body and into the paper. And then popping that pencil down, just breathing in, drawing a deep breath in, a deep relaxing breath. And breathing out the tension again. Allowing each part of your body to relax. Feeling that relaxation coming from your feet, travelling up your body, your legs, your belly, your chest and your head. Allowing your whole body to relax. Your feet relaxing. Your legs becoming heavy and warm, relaxing fully. Your hips, your stomach, your back and your chest. Relaxing your arms and your shoulders, your neck, your face and your head. Breathing in the relaxation and breathing out the tension. Breathing in, I am calm. And breathing out, I am relaxed. And just feeling the calm, relaxation. What colour might that be? Just breathing, relaxation, breathing out tension. And then still with your eyes closed, just taking your head as if you were looking to one side. And then the other side. Just moving your head gently from one side to the other, no tension. Coming back to the centre, just dropping the chin towards the chest. And then lifting as if the eye gaze was looking towards the ceiling. Taking a breath in and a sigh out. Rolling through the shoulders, having a stretch if you need. Opening your eyes. Oh, and give yourself a little clap, a little round of applause. Well done. I hope you feel okay. So do what you need to do today. Have a big drink of water. Stay where you are and have a little rest if you need to, or go off and do what you need to do. So thanks for joining us. See you again next week and take care.